Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to do a follow-up video on the life and legacy of Jesse Leroy Brown. In the previous video, I had talked about how Jesse Leroy Brown was not anti-white, and that when he became a naval aviator, he was widely accepted by most men in his squadron. That was absolutely true. But when he did the very first stage of pilot training, a guy by the name of Eric Christensen, farm boy from Nebraska, Caucasian guy, he took Jesse Leroy Brown under his wing. He taught Jesse Leroy Brown very well. He mentored him. But the reason Christensen was able to teach Jesse Leroy Brown is because no other naval flight instructor wanted to teach Jesse Leroy Brown because of his skin color. Eric Christensen, lots of people called him Chris, requested to teach Jesse Leroy Brown, and the Navy allowed it very quickly. But at the same time, the reason was because no other Caucasian flight instructor, all the flight instructors in the Navy at the time were Caucasian, would teach Jesse Leroy Brown. That was the first part of pilot training. Now, when he got into the advanced pilot training, it was a different story. As I've mentioned before in the previous video, most of his classmates were not prejudiced or racist against African Americans, but they had one guy, Lieutenant Tipton, and Lieutenant Tipton, as I've said before, he left a racist note on Jesse Leroy Brown's bunker, and Jesse Leroy Brown reported the situation, and basically a lot of his commanders and classmates suggested that Jesse Leroy Brown go find Lieutenant Tipton in a dark hallway somewhere, in a hallway with no lights on, and then handle his business there. I'm not saying that was the right or the wrong thing to do. I'm just reporting the facts and reporting the story. So, anyway, this is the whole story. And Jesse Leroy Brown eventually got to a point in the Navy where he did not experience much racism, but it was a long journey. When he was going through Naval ROTC at Ohio State University, a lot of people told him there have never been any African-American naval aviators, and they didn't think that Jesse Leroy Brown was going to make it because of his skin color. I'm not anti-Ohio State at all. I'm just reporting the facts of the experiences that Jesse Leroy Brown had. Jesse Leroy Brown wanted to fly ever since he was really little. When he was a little kid growing up in Mississippi, he wanted to visit the airfield. Well, the airfield's owner chased Jesse Leroy Brown away, and all Jesse Leroy Brown wanted to do was see planes fly. So that happened as well, unfortunately. So eventually, all my research, Jesse Leroy Brown did overcome a lot of racism, particularly in the United States Navy, but it was a long journey for him to do that. A long and struggling journey. So he never quit. He always persevered, never thought about quitting. He believed he was destined to become a naval aviator. Also, he wrote a letter to President Franklin Roosevelt when he was very young and asked why there were so few African-American officers in the U.S. military, and he didn't expect a letter back from President Roosevelt. Eventually they forgot about the letter. But surprisingly, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt wrote a letter saying there will be many African-American officers in the U.S. military in the future. So, anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.